I'm going to take this time to welcome a special guest in our audience, and that would be Gordon's new wife, Kim.
Hey, Kimmy!
Something you don't know about Kim, a graduate of... No. Anyway, David mentioned 1970. It was a great year for us. We were a trio. It was before Larry was in the band. He was still a young pup back then. And we were in a trio called James and the Good Brothers, and we were invited to play on this outrageous tour, the train that went across Canada carrying all those bands, the bands of the day. And it was just a wonderful experience. And after that incredible train ride, we were invited down to California, down to San Francisco, to record our very first album, and invited by the Grateful Dead. And with their help and some of the Jefferson Airplane, we made our very first recording. And like, we were brand new. I didn't even know what mixing was.
You call that baptism by fire.
Yeah, it was. But while we were down there working, we had a weekend off, and we were joined by our very good friend Gordon Lightfoot and Ramblin' Jack Elliott, and we took a ride. It was about a 3-hour drive up to Fort Bragg in Mendocino County to visit some other people we had met called Cat Mother and the All Night Newsboys, and we were to play a show there with them. But before we could even get on stage, before anybody could get on stage, the alarm went off and they called the fire department because of all the smoke that was in the room.
Various kinds of smoke.
But it was a great experience. We stayed there. We were up there for 3 days. It rained for 5. But Gord, at the time, there was an old saying, "Ecology now," was the phrase back then. And Gord took that seriously, and while we were there, he wrote a song. It's not one of his most recognizable songs, but to us it's very dear to us because we were there when he wrote it, when he was inspired to write this song. It's a song called Redwood Hill. It goes something like this. On a rainy day to rise above the throng and talk of Mother Nature for a while. She told me of her love for her children and her trust, and of her great concern for the likes of you and me and us. She didn't speak these tender words, the things that I am, I would not change for any man. I tried to comfort her, oh, but she would not be still. And now the rain can fall as I found my way back down the Redwood Hill. No,
cried in Redwood.